I'm Cam Weiland. Here's something to think about. There's a line in Massy Tadjedin's Last Night in which a character who's a writer says, "You live with your first book all your life. It comes out on its own. After that, though, it's different. You can suddenly write anything." But the thing about that first book is that it's usually the product of our deepest selves in many ways. We're not thinking about saving ideas for future books, which is good. Pour out everything you've got into the book you're writing, because who knows if you'll be able to write another one. No, when we're writing that first book, we're coming up with things that are strongest and most meaningful in our own subconscious. But then, when we sit down to write that second or third book, we're going to come to a moment in which we lean back in our desk chairs and realize we're essentially writing the same book. Same character archetypes, same basic themes, maybe even the same settings and plots. We're just dressing them up a little differently. When we look at the bottom line on this, I have to say I don't think that's a bad thing. I tend to think each of us only ever has one story to write, and we just keep on telling it in different ways. But that absolutely doesn't mean that we shouldn't still be aware that we're essentially perpetuating our own personal cliches. Maybe your bad guys are always smarmy. Maybe they're always white collar. Maybe your hero always has a beloved pet, or maybe he's always an orphan. Things like this are usually less about the heart of the story and more about window dressing. The next time you sit down to write, challenge yourself by thinking back over all the characters you've ever written and making a list of the ways in which they're similar. How can you break that mold in your next book to bring a fresh look to even familiar themes?